Look, more bad news today in Victoria with another shocking poll for the Victorian opposition leader John Pizzuto, which is hardly surprising since he's mostly made headlines for attacking his own side, especially the now expelled Upper House MP Moira Deeming. Now, why would a party that needs more seats in the parliament and especially more women in parliament, and a party that needs more than ever to stand up for its beliefs, want to expel one of its most forthright women? Yet when a women's rights rally was gatecrashed by Nazis, not only did Pizzuto fail to defend his own MP, he adopted the Daniel Andrews view that to be pro-women was somehow anti-trans. Now, it isn't. But this has been the problem with the Victorian Liberal Party for years. It's always lacked a policy position that's clearly distinct from the Labor government's. So today's poll, which has the Libs on just 34%, roughly the same as last year's election, shows that being Labor light, well, that's no way to impress voters. Indeed, if the election was held today on that poll, Andrews would romp it in again. Now, I know you're watching this and you're thinking, how on earth could that bloke win again? The problem at the heart of it is this, that Victorian Liberals need to understand politics is not a beauty contest, but a contest of ideas that gives voters a clear and distinct choice. State Liberals were crowing recently after they managed to hold on to Warrandyte in the recent by-election, but what they didn't tell you is that Labor didn't even run a candidate. At least Peter Dutton understands you have to stand for something to win elections. He came out against the Voice when it had nearly 60% support. And thanks to mounting a sustained argument against it, its support is now under 40% in many polls. So Liberals can win arguments, as my old boss Tony Abbott said on the weekend to a group of party faithful in Sydney, but win them only if they're prepared to have them. Other than occasionally criticising the government for spending too much or not enough, it's hard to recall the Victorian Liberals standing for anything. Even Pizzuto's opposition to the Voice looks tepid, because he says he won't campaign. Indeed, he says he's still thinking about which way he'll vote. And it looks like the parliamentary Liberal establishment now wants as Victorian Party president a mediocre ex-state MP, yes, another one, rather than the current federal Vice President Credlin Ing, who'd at least shake things up and try to ensure that there was new blood in the parliament. Pizzuto could instantly end the fight with Moira Deeming by simply apologising, but it seems he's not a big enough man for that. He now wants a tame president who will agree to the party paying his legal fees in the defamation case against him. Credlin Ing, on the other hand, well, she's already told members she'll rule out using their campaign funds to save Pizzuto from a mess of his own making. He's the Polly's candidate, she's the party member's candidate. Now, I know which candidate I'd vote for. And until the Liberal Party sorts itself out, we all know who Victorians are voting for, don't we? And sadly, it isn't the State Liberals.